Thanks for clicking on the link. My name's Andrew and I work at a company called Action Your Potential. In this short video, we wanted to bring to you information about the Build a Neuro Ninja program for secondary schools, post-16 colleges and universities. It is a unique, innovative way of helping the entire community understand the incredible human brain. We'll teach students, parents, carers and staff all about well-being, mind management and unleashing learning. And in this video, we're going to explain how the subscription works. So bring the neuroscience revolution to your school or college in 22-23. And what we're about is helping everyone in the community, parents and carers and students particularly, understand the incredible power of the amazing human brain. So we're going to bring you neuroscience and psychology, but in a way that people can access and, more importantly, use every single day. The brain is at the center of everything we're trying to do in a school, and helping every person, every stakeholder across the organization understand how the brain works is fundamental to getting the most out of it every day. So we're going to teach the community about well-being and the daily behaviors that support that, mind management and unleashing learning. In fact, physical and mental health, turns out from the brain science, are in fact the same thing. Well-being and mind management, when they interlock effectively, mean we can unleash learning. We've got everything we need at the top of our neck, and this is a way of supporting everyone in the community to understand the incredible brain. There are currently 3 of us in the company. We're expanding over the summer of 2022. There'll be 5 colleagues in the company. We are extremely experienced educationalists, very passionate about neuroscience, and we're going to bring that to any organisation that we work with. And we're currently working with 145 schools across the UK and 15 international businesses, bringing information about the incredible brain. In terms of closing the gap, that is something we're incredibly passionate about, helping families live in one-to-one coaching sessions to close the gap, to support students to understand the barriers to progress and support them with daily habits and coaching that helps them make tiny changes to each day to improve the long-term experience of their brains so they can learn more, remember more and reach a place of balance in what is a very complicated nervous system. So we teach the whole community in the Build a Neuro Ninja program all about the brain. We teach that through 3 strands: well-being strand, mind management strand and unleashing learning strand. And every strand has got skills. There are 10 Neuro Ninja skills, and these work for any human being with a brain. They work for students, works for parents, works for teachers, works for anyone. The first strand is all about learning about well-being and understanding that we need to engage in certain daily behaviors to give the brain the best chance of building the best mind possible. We also support people to understand what emotions are and how to process emotions. So we're taking neuroscience, connecting it with psychology, turning it into daily behaviors. The 12 rocks of well-being, that first skill, do your rocks, is all about making sure you're doing these 12 daily activities. The second strand, mind management, is understanding the dark cellar of the brain, the fact we're living in a negatively biased brain. This is absent from the curriculum currently, and it prevents so many students achieving their best. Managing the worry system, building our calm, choosing growth, stepping into growth and how to manage that in a brain and how to bounce back from setbacks. We'll teach students all about that. And then we can unleash learning and productivity. We can support students to do their leaps, which is understand the 10 daily behaviors that will support incredible learning and memory, the importance of practice, little and often learning, and planning your day. Behind the scenes, for the whole community, they've got access to the Neuro Ninja Learning Hub. On there, 250 videos, 5 to 10 minutes long, that can sit in tutor time, sit in PSHE, just be deployed to be used with different students around the school. And those videos explain everything you'd ever want to know about well-being, mind management and learning in the brain. But not only that, every video gives an example of some new habit, some new way of moving things forward. And in terms of change, we're not just helping people understand their brain, we're helping people understand how to change their brain. So we'll introduce people to the idea of nets, which are groups of behaviors that connected together are powerful change agents, and threads are individual behaviors. So the best example of a net is to show you one. This is a net for building great sleep. And as you can see, there are 11 individual behaviours to build great sleep. You wouldn't necessarily need to do all of them, but we would support you to develop those behaviours to improve sleep. So this is how the subscription works. It runs for an entire year and it's incredibly competitively priced for what you get. You get the Neuro Ninja Learning Hub and all those videos. You get the 3 strands: well-being, mind management and unleashing learning, connected together across your school. It works at 3 levels of intervention and support. Tier 1 support as part of the subscription is one-to-one coaching for students and one-to-one wellbeing support for staff and one-to-one support for families. Tier 2 is about group and team support, and Tier 3 is whole community. So let's look at Tier 1 support. That's intensive, individualised, bespoke support. 10 one-to-one sessions for 25 students over the course of 2 terms, looking at any aspect of living in a brain. It might be developing well-being, it might be developing mind management and tackling anxiety, it might be supporting students to tackle procrastination or build a study habit. This is personalised expert coaching that works every week, and there are resources that then sent to the family, because it's a liaison direct with the parent, working one-to-one via Zoom with the student to support and develop that young person, to help them imbibe those habits and change their daily behaviours. 85% of a child's life is outside school, and that is where this resource works. At home in the evenings, this is when those sessions occur. Then there's one-to-one support for parents and carers, linked to workshops that we will run in school. More on those workshops in a second. And there's one-to-one support for any member of staff around wellbeing, mind management, any of the stuff that we talk about in our resources. Tier 2 is about group or team support. So that means we come into school 3 times during the course of the year and we run workshops, one of 3 flavours. Managing your mind, which is all about tackling the brain's worry system, supporting people to respond differently to anxiety. And we would suggest that you focus that support for that workshop on an entire year group. The sessions are around 45 minutes, so we can get through a year group in a day. We can do a workshop on Study Zero to Study Hero to support students getting themselves ready for Key Stage 4 and GCSEs. We teach them about a study habit that they need to use daily, that will enhance their ability to remember stuff. And we'll focus on building attention and focus, which is a massive, massive issue. And I'm sure you'll experience issues of procrastination from lots of students. We also run 54 webinars a year in the evening, around 8 o'clock in the evening. And as part of that webinar series, there are masterclasses. There's a set of masterclasses on anxiety, which run every term of the year. There's a set of masterclasses around building study heroes that run every term of the year. And there's a set of masterclasses around building attention and focus. As well as masterclasses that mirror those workshops, there are other subjects covered in webinars. So building great sleep, for example, managing procrastination, managing the emotional brain, dealing with social media and the brain. There's support for teachers to develop their Neuro Ninja teaching skills so they can develop their pedagogy to link much more with what students are doing at home in terms of learning more, remembering more. We talk about learning as being a process that involves getting it, which is understanding it, practicing the work, and then recalling it or using it later. And we're exploring and developing those ideas with the students, connecting with teachers, and we'll teach teachers about becoming a Neuro Ninja teacher. These are tiny tweaks that teachers can make to their pedagogy that will link with what students are doing. We will support any member of the pastoral team to understand our resources and use those resources live with other students, not the ones we're doing one-to-ones with. And there are masterclasses and support for leadership around developing and embedding the strategic focus of the Build a Neuro Ninja program, because every school is different, your priorities are different, and we will change and develop and adapt the resource to support your KPIs for that particular year. And then tier 3 is the Neuro Ninja Learning Hub, which is behind the scenes, accessible anywhere, anytime. It's a learning resource that hangs in the internet. All the videos are accessible. People get a username and password so we can tell you which parents have logged on, what they've watched. and we can give you that information. It's available for students, it's available for parents, it's available for staff to use as well. This is a total solution built by people that have run schools. Darren and myself have been head teachers. I'm a Senko. This is about closing the gap. If we continue to close the gap at the rate we're closing the gap nationally, it's going to take us 80 years. This resource is designed to go into the gap, the space between school and home, engage, amplify and support the parental engagement work you're already doing, and give students practical daily support to develop themselves in relation to well-being, mind management and unleashing learning. You can probably tell that we're enormously passionate about this stuff. We absolutely are. When you join us, children at your school will learn the stuff on the right hand side here. They'll learn about how their brain learns and how best to study. They'll learn how to manage their emotions, how to get motivated, how to maximize their well-being, how to bounce back from setbacks, and how to manage worries and anxiety. They'll learn all the other stuff on the curriculum as well, but they'll learn that stuff much more effectively because they're living in a balanced brain. It's a bit of kit we're born into. We didn't request to be born into it. There is no instruction manual, but what we've done is take neuroscience, and there's a lot of detailed research that goes into the work that we do, turn that into practical daily strategies, explaining to people what their brain's doing, why their brain's doing it, and how to improve their daily experience. This is what we say to the students we support all of the time. Be in no doubt, you can absolutely do this. You've got a brain with 86 billion neurons. You've got 300 trillion connections. If you counted each connection in the brain, it would take you 9.5 million years if you did it at the rate of 1 a second. You have everything you need at the top of your neck. Let us bring the Build a Neuro Ninja program to your school and transform that gap. Let us support vulnerable learners. Let us support vulnerable families. Let us engage, excite, enthuse and inform your incredible staff team. Thanks for listening.